Today's horoscope from Astrocademy, Capricorn, October 3, 2022. This is a potentially strong day for bonding with others and getting to know yourself a little better in the process. You can also feel a strong desire to reach a little higher with your work, services, or support today and tomorrow. The key is to do so in moderation and avoid going over the top. Watch for the temptation to escape or mask problems by overdoing pleasures, which is a temporary fix that only delays things and adds to feelings of guilt. With a Venus-Jupiter opposition, you might recognize a sense of being overextended, and it's best to know your limits. Avoid investing too much in promises. Venus dances vibrantly in your solar 6th house now and in the weeks ahead. This frequency may affect you in a few different ways. As the 6th house rules your employment, some of you may be tempted to embark on an office romance. If you can handle a separation between work and pleasure, go for it. However, no matter if you are single or attached, you will likely spend some time evaluating what role love and dating play in your weekly routine. Don't forget to indulge in your heart. Take off with excitement. Diving into your finances comes with ease as the moon enters adventurous Sagittarius. The lunar archer is ready to chase after financial opportunities that will empower you. You may flit from investment to investment, resource to resource, as you search for a sense of control over your finances. Although it can be enticing to jump into a seemingly fantastic idea or opportunity, the lunar energy encourages you to touch base with someone you trust. Ask your confidant what they think before you sign the dotted line. With no planetary activity in your financial sector, the moon's monthly visit is a valuable chance to check in and become more emotionally and intuitively engaged. As well as fueling your financial instincts and imagination, the moon is helping to balance out the growing and more permanent focus on the income side of the financial fence. There is a lot of energy whirling around these days, but you have the benefit of grounded energy if you choose to use it or lose, it most definitely applies. You may want to increase your intake of water and decrease your intake of caffeine and carbonated substances. Steer away from heavy foods and keep your natural energy well positioned by eating homemade soups and salads prepared fresh with seasonal vegetables. These minor efforts can have maximum effect. If the last few days have tended to sap your morale a bit, this is going to change a lot in the hours coming up. Indeed, the vibrations of the day will be beneficial, and things will advance positively except in your professional life where you will meet with some difficulties. Don't give up and keep working with vigor, and very soon this new, positive outlook on life will bear fruit. You should have confidence in yourself and dare undertaking new projects both in your personal and professional life. Even though the Sun and Venus have come together for the first time in 3 years to breathe new life into work and job matters, and the stars are already aligned on the income and career fronts, an increase in confidence does not equate to an increase in urgency. Instead, as the conditions improve across the income, work and career fronts, the urgency is set to drop even further. This makes it easier to keep your work hat off when you can, making the most of Mercury's last full day in retrograde motion in a playful and creative part of your chart. Mercury has not only come to a standstill ahead of his direct turn in your romantic sector tomorrow, but so too has Pluto, who will turn direct in an adventurous part of your chart next week. Having begun the week at a friendly aspect and with both now at a standstill, a mix of romance, adventure and nostalgia hangs thick in the air and needs to be embraced. Our eyes in the sky. A Mercury retrograde phase can be notorious for causing mixed messages, misunderstandings, and mistakes, but there can be real advantages, and that has been the case for the planet of communication's short double dip back into your relationship sector. With the support of Uranus, in retrograde motion in your communication sector, and Pluto, who moves into his final 7 days in retrograde motion in your friendship sector today, this has been a valuable chance to give your relationships, the past and unsaid words, a voice. As Mercury turns direct, the focus shifts to moving forward. It was just over a week ago that Mercury retrograded back into your relationship sector with a chance to give your relationships, the past and unsaid words a voice. Mercury's direct turn today shifts the focus back onto the future, with another 9 days to work with the planet of communication before he leaves again. Today adds perfect symbolism to the beginning of the month. A vibrant waxing moon in Sagittarius is an absolutely fantastic way to open up an energetic portal to illuminate the greater aspects of one's life. This is a lesson in leadership for many, and it can be a release of the old ways in the collective struggle. Sagittarius energy asks you to open your mind to new possibilities and walk away from outdated approaches in every realm of life. Everyone is really going to feel this lunar wave, and it might mean that your inner rebel will take priority over other people's expectations. This is also a vibration that could trigger you to step out of the normal way of doing things. Some people might show their inner rage in some way. This moon triggers our solar plexus chakra, asking us to purify and cleanse our anger. The wounds are still here, and some of them are meant to be here for life. In fact, the lesson is to take the path that others are too afraid to walk down, knowing that you might be doing this alone. This is the cost of breaking societal norms. It can be a lonely process, but at the end of the day you'll be grateful for these cosmically aligned shifts. In the morning, the Sagittarius moon sextiles Saturn in Aquarius, offering an emotionally steady start to the day. Under this influence, we are introspective, pondering life's meaning. We wish to make our mark on the world, and with this idealistic aspiration tempered by a pragmatic strategy, we have a good chance of doing so. Hard work is taken up in the spirit of adventure. Old problems can be tackled with a novel approach. It's a good time to speak to elders and take a cue from their playbooks. Discover the causes that drove those who came before you to make a difference. What was their inspiration? Following this, the moon opposes Mars in Gemini, provoking irritation. We've established our morning plan with the intent to make headway, but distractions push us off course. People may require our assistance. Although we want to help, we also feel put out. Why can't they figure this out themselves? Instead of succumbing to frustration, consider temporarily delaying personal plans to aid others. We won't get much accomplished during this commotion anyhow. It's best to address this issue and return to our own interests when things have calmed down.